All right, what's going on? It's Kevin Kenny. Welcome to a brand new lively edition of Build. We got a big crowd for our guest today, and he is a man of many talents. He's a producer, an artist, an entertainer, an actor, a friend of Gerald, as we'll find out today. And he's got a brand new album due out everywhere September 28th called Wut Wut. Let's make some noise for Dillon Francis. All right, let's give it up for our guest joining us now, Mr. Dillon Francis.
Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, I love you too. Thank you.
Wow.
So sweet.
You got some friends in the house, sounds like, Dillon.
It's really cool that you guys showed up. I appreciate it. I never know what to expect if anyone's going to come and hang out or not.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
It is.
The show, you know they're going to be there, but like, hey,
exactly.
You hear me talk? Like,
Yeah. Who wants to hear me talk? Not
apparently.
me.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to give you a hug later. Thank you.
The last time I sat down with you, we were talking at Billboard last year, and we were talking about the song you had with Young Pinch.
Yes.
And then we were also talking about this New Year's Eve party you threw last year where Dog the Bounty Hunter attended.
Yes.
Ellen attended. Prince was there.
Yep.
Yeah, this was last year, and Prince showed up. How'd that go?
It was fantastic. Yeah, I didn't get a picture with Dog, but a bunch of fans did, and it was really funny. We hired a bunch of lookalikes to go around the party the whole time for New Year's. So it felt like the most VIP party possible.
It was uber VIP. It was like super deluxe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everyone was VIP. That bought
all the tickets were VIP.
Yes,
yeah.
They were sold as VIP. No one was not VIP.
Yeah, very.
You could be VIP, and then you could be VIP.
There were levels.
And then there was levels of VIP-ness.
Yeah.
That's not the right thing to say, actually.
Sounds like.
That's.
Well, you took that VIP-ness momentum, let's say, that energy, that VIP-ness energy. Yeah. And you carried it right through to this year. This is a great little project you got. We're talking, I guess, is this the sampler or is this the...
This is the album cover.
Okay, so they're the same artwork.
Yes.
I like what you did here. It's very subtle.
Thank you.
You went the minimalistic route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's inspired by sonaderos, which are they're like what's it called? They're parties on like a bus. You turn the bus into a sound system, and it's in Mexico, and everyone just listens to reggaeton and goes crazy.
A little disappointed though that the Pineapple Man did not make a return.
No. I wanted to do a YouTube video trying to find him.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you guys know who the Pineapple Man is? Yeah,
you do.
All right. Well,
I don't.
If you, yeah, they all.
You guys know him?
They all know him.
Because I want to find him. I wanted to make like
How did you not find him? How did he not reach out to you?
Well, I wanted to do like a whole documentary like Catfish, but not like trying to find Pineapple Dude and then find him, but not do anything. Be like, oh, I found you. Thank you so much. I know where you are. Great. Good to see you.
Amazing. So, no, but just explain really quick for our friends at home. Pineapple Man was, you had this single out last year.
Yes, so I posted him everywhere over Los Angeles, I think a little bit in New York as well, and Chicago, and it said hellothere.org, and it was a picture of this guy eating a pineapple.
Just like a stock image?
It was a Shutterstock image. My friend sent it to me. I was hesitant at first because I was like, I don't understand what it has to do with the song. And it's this company, Pizza Slime, I work with, and he's like, that's the point, man. Like, when we posted around LA, people were like, who is this guy? I have to go to this website. I have to find out. And so that's why we did it, and it worked out really well.
That's amazing. Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, check out the lyric video specifically for Hello There. Where I hope it's your mouth. It's somebody's mouth.
It's my friend's mouth, and we got him to like eat and drink while he was singing. Yeah.
All right, it was awesome. All right, so fast forward to present day. I don't remember you being like this Latin artist last time I spoke to you, but I know your roots are in that.
Yes.
So what was the deal with this sort of, I know this is a time of inspiration for you. This is sort of, you've deemed it the no care era in certain interviews. So like, where did this all come from?
So this was me. I was leaving my record label, Columbia Records, and I was starting my own label, and I wanted to do something really fun, and I wanted to just not care at all, except for just make fun, inspiring music for myself. And I was talking to my manager, and he was like, when was the time you had the most fun? And it was, for me, it was this West Side EP that I did on Mad Decent. And that EP, thank you to the one person that knows that song. Yes. And the EP is like back in 2011. So it has the song Master Blaster, which pretty much is the song that kind of created my career for me. Everything before that was like horrible electro dubstep. If you listen to it, I thank you. Because it was bad. It was bad. And I was still trying to find my footing in music, and that song really did it for me. And then this other song, KK, which is...
Is this an ode to KK, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
that's why it's called Wut Wut.
Yeah. It's a direct translation.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this is in Spanish. KK was in Spanglish, and you know, it's there. But that was the song. KK with Maluka Mala and Diplo was like, that's when I was like, that's the song I had the most fun doing, because it was so much fun to work with Diplo, and that was another big song for me because the music video was so weird. So then, after talking to him, he's like, all right, well, let's get this guy Toy Selected to help A&R the record. Originally, I was just kind of wanting to make Get Low style records that were moombahton, but that had Spanish vocals repeated. So it was just going to be like Get Low in Spanish. But then through working with Toy Selected, he started getting vocals, and then we realized, like, oh, I can work with these artists, and like these can actually turn into songs and be something bigger than what I originally intended it to be. And then I started meeting a lot of the people, like the music video we saw earlier with the guy De La Ghetto. He was the first person I met in 2016 at the Latin Grammys. And he was the one that was like, yo, anything you need, holler at me, and I'll help you out. And he helped me get in touch with Archangel, and so on and so forth. It's been like 3 years working on this and making it and kind of having it come to fruition. And I wanted to make something that sounded cohesive, because my last album, Money Sucks, Friends Rule, was like a complete ADD trip, you know? I mean, that's what I am. I'm just ADD all the time. So my main thing was like, I wanted to have fun again, but I really wanted to focus on making a cohesive project. When you listen to it from front to back, you're like, oh, this all makes sense together.
Yeah.
Because for me, Money Sucks, Friends Rule, when I listen to it, I'm like, wow, okay, yeah. That doesn't make sense together that much.
You talk about not caring and leaving the label and all that stuff. Tangibly, like to point to something specifically, what is something you used to really care about or be preoccupied with as an artist that you're no longer preoccupied with or care about?
That I used to, okay. I think with how the internet has been lately, it's really hard to try to get away from numbers. And that, I think that's with a lot of people. I feel like it's been happening more and more.
What do you mean, like people bragging about their numbers and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or?
I think a lot of people are just so focused on having, like, you know, a crazy amount of streams and not really focusing on the art. And the algorithm is kind of making you have to make art in a certain way, which is not what it ever was supposed to be intended to do.
How do you feel about New Music Friday? Like, just as, like, you know, a premium, like, destination for like how a lot of people find their music.
I find a lot of music. I think there's like good and bad things about it.
Yeah, that's what I
find a lot of new music there that I wouldn't have actually ever known about.
But it forces you as an artist, though, to make something where like you almost have to put the hook not at the chorus, but like at the first second of the song.
Oh yeah,
so because you got to get me, or else I'm going to the next song.
That's so true. It definitely has changed the way you have to make music. But I think that's just with any streaming service, whether it's Spotify, YouTube. Anything, and I think that just has to do with all of social media. Like, I remember songs used to be like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
You know, you would have a drum intro.
Or like an intro.
Yeah, you'd have a drum intro where the kick wouldn't be in, and then all of a sudden you'd put the bass in the kick, and then all of a sudden you would go to the chorus or hook or whatever it's going to be. So it's just, yeah, it's funny how music is kind of like, it keeps getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Like Lil Pump, I think most of his songs on his album are 2 minutes.
Like 2 minutes,
30 seconds.
Yeah, totally. Well, I want to talk about some of the songs off of Wut Wut. I like the idea of the sampler too. Whose idea was that? It was kind of because it's like an EP, but it's a sample.
So tomorrow my new song White Boy comes out, and that will get added to the sampler, and then when the full album comes out, that's when it just like fills up.
Oh, interesting.
So anyone that's pre-ordered it
Was that your idea? If you don't mind me asking. Like,
no, it was wherever my manager Nick is.
All right.
Shout out.
No,
Nick.
but that's cool. I haven't like. I feel like the last time I had a sampler was like for a Warped Tour compilation or something.
Look, man, I'm obsessed with Warped Tour. I'm still sad that it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, emo kid at heart.
So let me talk to you about this song, "We the Funk."
Yes.
This is one of the first songs, if I'm not mistaken, that came together for the record.
No.
No?
The first song that came together for the record. That's a good question, actually. I think it was Ba Ba Ba.
Okay.
That's the record that Diplo helped me with. This girl, Young Ash from New York. But that was the first record. When we got the vocals on it, we were like, oh, we have something completely different. Because Young Ash just sent me one verse, and it was like, all right, do what you want with it. We the Funk was like, all right, we have an actual song now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've said in past interviews about We the Funk that it's kind of, it's about a couple different things, but one of the things is it's like when you're in the club and you see somebody you're attracted to and you're trying to get their attention.
Yes, and you want to steal them away from
and
the party.
you want to whisk them away.
Yeah, the song actually is like talking about kidnapping.
Oh, yes, it is like a kidnapping song?
I think the literal translation is kidnapping.
Well,
but in a good way.
Like healthy kidnapping.
Healthy kidnapping.
You're going to give them back eventually.
I want to kidnap your heart away. It's like that,
Exactly.
you know. It's not the other.
But your body might come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those deals. Well, I wanted to put this to the test. If you're down, you seem like, a dude that would be down to, VH1 used to take us behind the music.
Yes, okay,
I want
cool.
Dillon to go inside the song
Let's
now.
go.
Do we have a volunteer? Because I want you to demonstrate, if you were in a club in this setting, we already have a volunteer right here, it looks like. We're going to make this look like a club really quick.
Okay.
And I want you to try to get her attention.
Oh, dude.
And whisk her away.
You don't want...
But don't let him whisk you away. Don't let him whisk you away unless he earns it.
You already did, so.
All right,
it's
so
gonna
here.
be easy for me.
This is pretty good. All right, here. Be our guest.
Where do I go?
You can just stand up. You don't sit down at a club, do you?
No. I was wondering if, like,
here, come on. Be our guest, yeah.
Maybe
There's a mic.
go over here and, like, you kind of do, like, this. No, I think I would do that because, like, I want to be like Tom Cruise. And.
You?
No, I think I gotta. You're doing your own thing.
Okay, I'll just be here.
You're drinking.
Okay.
You're by yourself. No, you're not downing shots though. You're contemplating life. Like right now, you probably got out of a bad breakup and like you don't know if you want to see dudes right now. Maybe you want to just hang out with your girlfriends, but like they were all doing stuff with their boyfriends and you're the like newly single one. And then I'm like the guy that's like, bad boy. That's like, I've been through a lot. I used to ride a motorcycle, but I fell off of it, so now I don't because like I got. I got
you
my
got
knee.
bruises everywhere.
I got my knee replaced. So that's my storyline, then that's yours.
Okay.
So go from there.
Okay.
Act from
Got
that. Is the song gonna play or no?
Can we get the song? Let's get the song up, guys. Let's get the song up.
Is this like, is that what it's then like,
We just ad-lib it?
We're gonna get the song
We're gonna
going,
get the song,
guys.
okay.
This is one of those silent discos where everyone wears
Back into
headphones. Yeah.
position.
We still don't have the headphones. We're working on the song. In the meantime, make some
Working
small
on
talk. There we go. This is a song.
Oh, that's that new version of We the Funk that just came out.
Remix, season remix.
So I'd be like right here, and I'd be like, ooh, okay, ooh. She looks like she reads a lot. I think I'd probably walk up like this.
Reading a book in the club.
No, I'd probably walk up a little bit more relaxed. I'd probably sit next to her. Maybe I'd like pull one arm down and be like, oh, it's kind of hot in here.
Oh, should I match you then?
No, because I'm not gonna take mine fully off. I'm gonna kind of like DJ Snake it. He does this at shows. Where he does that. It's like, ooh, yeah. So, you like movies?
What kind of movies?
Movies about stealing your heart away.
Oh.
Cause that's what just happened. Let's go.
Oh, all right then. I guess I will.
And then you Naruto run out of the club, and she follows you.
There we go. Round of applause. That was the We the Funk video.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever hit on a girl at a club.
No?
I think I've only ever been introduced to girls through my friends.
Really?
I've never had to do that. Like,
Have you ever done like a dating app?
yeah. I've been on dating apps before.
Yeah?
Yeah, but the only weirdest thing me and my friends used to do this thing where we would go to bars and we'd flip a coin. Whoever lost you would have to go up to the girl and say whatever pickup line we would choose.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So one time I lost, of course, and my friend Kyle said, you have to go up to that girl and you have to say verbatim, "Boy, these drinks are spicy tonight. What's up? I'm Dillon Francis." And I was like, okay, cool. I'll go and do that. So I went up and I said, "Boy, these drinks are spicy tonight. I'm Dillon Francis." And she goes, "Mine's not." And turns around and walked away. It was great.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the only time I've ever really hit on someone at a bar. Yeah.
One and done.
One and done.
What
Don't
a
really
highlight.
Do it again.
I love it. I want to talk quickly about your label, of course.
Yes.
Congratulations on having your own label. We got
Thank
some
you.
merch, by the way, if we can get a shot.
Yeah.
You guys stand
Hell
up?
Yeah. The
Pretty cool.
IDGAFOS crew right there.
Show them the sleeves. I like the sleeves. IDGAFOS.
Yes.
I'm glad you included the OS.
Thank you.
Because I would have assumed that,
It would have just meant the first thing.
yeah, but you also,
Or
you covered all your bases.
Stuff.
What names, because you're a very creative guy, what names were in the running for the label before you settled on IDGAFOS?
That was it.
That was it. You were like, when you were a child, if I ever have a label,
No, I never thought I was gonna have a label.
No? What did you
Yeah.
want to do as a kid? I always wanted to ask you that because you're like, you do a lot of things now, but like, when you were a kid, what did you want to
When
do?
I was a kid, I for some reason wanted to be a gynecologist. I didn't even know
There's no reason.
really like it's not like I wanted to do it in a sexual way. I don't know why I wanted to. As I got older and found out what it was, I didn't want to do it. But
You just heard the word one day?
yeah, I was like, yeah, I want to be a gynecologist, and probably the teacher was like, okay,
Why am I in the principal's
that
office
guy
right
shouldn't
now?
be one. But I think as I got older, then I started getting into, like, I went to art school. I went to Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, and that's where I learned how to do photography. And when I learned how to process my own film, that's when digital photography came out the next year. It was like the saddest moment of my life.
Great timing.
But I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks a lot.
Speaking of terrible timing,
Yeah.
can I talk about something that I'm very excited that you're a part of?
Oh, yes.
Like and subscribe?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're watching right now at home, you don't know about this. It's a great, what do you call it? A series? I was going to say a sitcom.
I think it's a web series because
web
like
series.
the first episode's like 15 minutes and then the second one's like 12 and 13 and something like that. And I think there's 8 episodes. It was going to come out on Go 90, but then 2 days before or 2 days into our promo, we got this mural in LA that was an influencers only mural.
Right. What did it say?
It said if you're verified or have 20K or more followers or subscribers on any social platform, you can take a picture in front of the mural.
But then the
So
mural said something like hilarious.
Oh yeah, it was
like
it looked like a
wings?
fake Banksy heart with
Yeah.
wings.
Okay.
And we had a security guard outside at all times to make sure that he was enforcing it. And a lot of people got really angry about it, and it was written up in U.S. Weekly.
Oh, yeah.
and on like NBC or I don't even know. But anyways, 2 days into that promo for our show that we were going to put out on Go 90, Go 90 emails us and says, "Hey guys, Go 90's folding. We're closing it completely. You can air it for 30 days if you want to, or you can just get it back." And so we were like, "Wow, okay, cool." Right in the middle of our like big promo, we get this like horrible news. So right now it's kind of, we're just trying to figure out the right home for it. It's a really funny series though. I play this manager that picks up really shitty clients. Like any person that has any sort of like viral hit, I'm the manager that immediately picks them up and houses them. And so you learn this about me, and then through that, these 4 or 5 kids that I manage, that I don't remember that I managed because I picked them up when they were hot, they start tarnishing my name. So I try to figure out a way to have them stop tarnishing my name, and I think to lock them in a house to create content. So it's kind of like a joke on like the Jake Paul house.
Yeah.
Where they lock. I shouldn't have said his name, but now
There
he
you go.
knows. Yeah.
Free promo for Jake
So it's
Paul.
like it's a social media halfway house for these kids, and then all hell breaks loose. There's a neighbor that starts peeing on the house, and
Yeah.
he can get inside and out because they have little VIP brand bracelets that keep him inside.
There's a lot of commentary going on, I think, on
Yes.
modern social media times. And I'm interested to get your thoughts on social media because you do such a great job of it. I feel like so many fans probably find you, funny enough, through social media maybe first.
Yeah, I
the
think
music
so.
second at times.
Yeah.
What is your relationship? What is your just like honest opinion of it?
I think I used to be so much better. I was like watching old Snapchats that I used to do, and I was really on there a lot. And I think I've kind of like taken a break from it. It gets taxing, and I think that, as you know, going back to the algorithms, it kind of sucks that like a lot of the social media apps they reward people that post a lot. So then you get in this like cyclical cycle of like, oh my God, I woke up, I got to post something. I got to make sure I keep pushing something out there. So I've just tried to like calm down a little bit, not try to overexert myself, and then like to focus on the TV show, and then I'm trying to write this Gerald cartoon with a friend, and then making a clothing line with Gerald with this company Barney Cools. So got a lot of other stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes.
Why don't we talk about Gerald?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people at home watching that don't know Gerald that well. Why don't you introduce Gerald?
Gerald is my piñata. I think he was born in May. He came to fruition. I don't think he was born. He just kind of appeared.
Right. We don't want to assume.
Yeah. I was in a meeting, and they fulfilled my old writer, which was Taco Bell, a piñata, and pictures of any action star from 1990 to 1980.
Do you still ask for a gun in your rider?
No, I got in trouble for that. Yeah. I was trying to go into Canada, and they were like, "Why are you asking for this?" Like, it's a joke to see if people are reading it. I don't really want a gun. Just want to make sure that I'm getting my water. You know? It's like the Van Halen thing where they said all the brown M&Ms have to be removed from the M&Ms, and if it didn't happen, they knew that they were just skimming over all their requests.
Yeah.
So that was mainly my thing. I mean, there was crazier stuff on there. It was like black tar heroin and porn of different assorted genres, which that's actually what it said. But anyways, you know, what was I saying? Now I lost my train of thought.
Gerald, man.
Oh yeah, Gerald. Okay, so Gerald. So I went into this meeting. They fulfilled my rider, and as I was leaving, they're like, "Hey, do you want to take the piñata and the other stuff?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure, totally." So I took it home, and I had this bizarre, weird little crevice in my house. I don't understand what it's for. It houses an Ethernet cable, a coax cable, and then two outlets. And it's small. It's probably as big as this, like width-wise, maybe a little bit bigger. So you're like, what do you put in there? So I was like, oh, this piñata fits perfectly right there. So I put them in there, and then the next morning, I was getting something from the fridge, and I just opened my Snapchat app, and I just started screaming, "Aren't you happy, Gerald? Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy, Gerald?" And it just kind of took off from there, and I just started making random stories of him ruining my life. And
It's a combative relationship, but it sounds like, you know, a great partnership business-wise. You're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, one time he did cocaine off my iPad, and I got very mad about it.
Gerald.
Because it's like, you know, just because you're a famous piñata doesn't mean you can do cocaine off of my iPad. I need to use that.
Mighty presumptuous.
Yeah. And he ordered a mail-order mermaid, and, like, you know, that's just
not the mermaid in your music video, is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's turn on that note. Let's turn it over to the fans over here. We got some studio audience questions. The first is going to come from there. Your dance partner.
My dance partner. What's that?
What's up? So I guess my question is, like, I know you really wanted to go back to your roots of moombahton with this album, and I wanted to know why you specifically went with like the Spanish route and like where you got your inspiration from and how you keep up with all of your like creative, funny antics all the time. It's like amazing to me.
A lot of questions.
Oh, thank you. I can answer those. Those are good. So the reason I decided to go with Spanish and not with English is because I wanted to use the platform that I have to showcase where my music has come from. And moombahton is dance music and reggaeton infused together. So I felt like giving a spotlight to reggaeton and what I've been making over the past 5 years. I felt like it was the right thing to do with my platform and to give shine for other artists that wouldn't necessarily be in the U.S. market and vice versa for me. And it was also it's funny because whenever I would go into the studio with an English-speaking artist and they would ask me like, "Oh, do you like this lyric? Do you like that? Or what should I say?" Anytime that was ever asked to me, I usually messed up the lyrics for them, and we would never use the song. So removing myself from the lyrical process and focusing more on melody with them, I feel like it helped me to be able to really focus on the instrumentals and then to help them with like, oh, I think we should, for the chorus, like for White Boy, I know that song's in English, but I help with like the chorus part where, you guys haven't heard it yet, but it's...
You sing a little bit of it? Sing a little bit.
Well, it's like, she says like, I fell in love with a white boy, and we were like, oh, right here, we should make it sound like there's a bunch of girls behind you talking about falling in love with a white boy. And then, I'm trying to think of what other songs... with the writing process, I actually did learn how to write better in this album process because, like for that song, "Look at That Butt," that song's about it's women empowerment, and it's supposed to be like. I explained to her where I was like, look, this song is originally it was called Cat Call, didn't have a whistle on or anything, but I was like, here's the idea that I have. I've called the song Cat Call because I think it should be something with a whistle, and we should talk about how your mom gave you this body that you want to show off to the world, but you shouldn't have to deal with dudes catcalling you because it's not meant for that. It's meant to make your mom proud. And she's like, I love it, let's do that, cool. And then she would write the lyrics around that. So I started realizing that I could actually create the worlds that I do for like my skit stories with music, which I'd never put the two together like that. So I did that with White Boy, I did that with Look at That Butt, and I did that with Quando with Happy Colors. So that was just the really fun part about the album. It was just kind of just seeing how creative I could get with not. I'm good at understanding. I'm not good at speaking. Spanish. So.
Do you think that's a product though? That sort of new approach to lyric writing or songwriting, is that a product of being on your own label? Do you think maybe you didn't have the freedom to write that way? Or?
No, I suck at writing.
Okay, it was just you.
I for sure I never knew to try to write that way of like building the storyline. Yeah. And then through this of being like, all right, I know what I'm going to do for the music videos. That was kind of helping when I would visualize the music videos before making the song, or talk to them about what I would think for the music videos. Right. And I guess I kind of got that from like Lil Dicky, because he does that for all of his songs, and it worked out for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, let's get to the second question.
Did I answer all the questions?
Yes, you did.
Cool.
I can't wait to see you in October 26th at Brooklyn.
What's up, Dillon?
How's it going?
Last time I saw you, you played it back-to-back as Dilstradamus.
Oh, nice.
At Moonrise. It was wonderful.
Oh, man.
Any other DJs you would love to play back-to-back with that you have not played with before?
That's a good question. I feel like Tiesto's definitely on the bucket list. Could just, love that dude. It's like the happiest dude alive. Huh?
Old Tiesto or new Tiesto?
Both. And who else? I feel like Flume would be a fun one, too. So those two. I know that those are like completely different sides of the spectrum, but, I'm an eclectic man.
All right, right on. Time for one final question. It's going to come from over here.
Hi, Dillon.
Hi.
I just wanted to know, so throughout your career, have you ever had any doubts, when you're producing music? Do you ever feel like, since you have a certain style, but you always like to switch around, have you ever felt like you should do it and then maybe not? Has there been like any moments in your career like that?
Not really. I mean, there's definitely been songs that I've canned because I'm like, oh, this is not the right song to put out, or I don't really like it. So I feel like I've had a pretty good track record of that. I remember when I put out When We Were Young, there was like a lot of backlash because like I'd gotten signed to Columbia Records, and I had made the song before getting signed. And then when I put it out, people were like, man, no, he's gone corporate now, man, sell out. And it was like, oh, well, I already made this song before I got signed. It actually helped me get signed. So I definitely had a doubt where I was like, oh man, did I make the wrong decision? Luckily, the song did really well afterwards. So it's tough sometimes because when you like being on the forefront of social media, you can see how fans are engaging with something. But also, stuff takes time. I remember when I listened to the Strokes album, I forgot which one it was. It was the one that was like the black album, and it had the silver lines on it.
Yeah.
I remember listening to it and be like, man, this is trash. I hate this. No, didn't have social media. Couldn't tweet that at them. A few weeks later, I was listening to the whole album. So it definitely takes time for people to digest something, and it's tough to like see the immediate reactions and wonder. You'll definitely sit there and be like, I don't know if I made the right decision or not, and I kind of got to live with it now.
Yeah.
So just got to endure it. But yeah.
Awesome. Great questions. Great answers, Dillon. We are out of time right now.
That was fun.
Of course, the album's out everywhere, September 28th.
Yes.
2 weeks from this Friday if you're watching us live at home. What else do you want to plug really quick? I know we got the 26th show in Brooklyn, I think, right?
Yeah. 20 playing in October
26th in Brooklyn.
That, and then my new song White Boy comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That song is in English and Spanish, so it's the best of both worlds.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Dillon Francis, everybody.
Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it.